Morning children, welcome to again a new session of online video class. Children, we are in the lesson refraction of light at curved surfaces. Before we start today's lesson, just what we have learned in the last part, we have learned the four rules for convex and concave, uh, and you have drawn the ray diagrams also. I told in that class that ray diagrams are important for the image formation irrespective of convex and concave lenses. So in today's class, we are going to learn image formations in concave lens. So in today's class, we are going to learn image formation by a convex lens at various positions of the object. So that means at various positions of the object means just what we have learned, I will recollect. So optic center that is represented by O. From the optic center, either side we have principal focus, first principal focus and second principal focus. That is represented according to your convenience. It may be F1 and the other side it is F2 and double of this is 2F1 on one side, the other side it is 2F2. So these all I hope you have remembered. So we have six positions. We have to understand at six different positions what is the image formation for each position. So we have to come from the infinity beyond to 2F2, next at 2F2, between 2F2 and F1, at F1, between F1 and optic center. These are the six different positions where you have to place your object and you have to study the image formations at these positions. And not only that, its characteristics are very much important for you. So we have to discuss the first position where the object at infinity. So this is your optic center and this is your lens. So F1 first focus and double that O to F, how much is there? F1 to F1, that distance only will be there because O to F, to F1 is radius of curvature, and already I told you whether it is C1 or 2F1 or C2 or 2F2 is same. So C1 is also mentioned. Sometimes we find 2F1 or a C1 or a C2 or 2F2. So don't get confused children. Now the case is the object is infinity. When the object is at infinity, we have to take a parallel rays. And this is one of the condition what I have shown in one of the parts. So after refraction, what is happening? If a ray parallel to principal axis, one rule I told. So after refraction through the lens, it tries to meet at focus. If you consider this ray, after refraction, it tries to pass through the focus. So here, this is the focus. If this ray I have taken below, so for this also a ray parallel to principal axis, after refraction, it passes through focus. So I hope you have understood this. So all the rays which are parallel to principal axis, after refraction, it meet at one point. That meeting point is nothing but F2 here, that is exactly focus. So I hope you have understood this condition, children. So these are the characteristics of an image. So what is the position of the object here? Infinity. So the position of image formed at the focus. Nature of the image is real and inverted. You have to remember, even though it is a small diminished in size. Size of the image much smaller than the object. That means you have to remember in such a way it is highly diminished image is formed. And one more thing you have to remember, because of this characteristic property of a convex lens, it is used in a telescope as an objective lens. Uh, the objective lens in a convex is a convex lens which forms a real inverted and diminished image of a distant object which is placed at its focus. So here the second condition is object is beyond 2F1. So here the object is AB. Children, see, BA. So one more point you have to remember. And what is the position? Object is beyond 2F1 or C1. And one thing you have to remember here, that the rays we have learned, rules, those rules should be applied here in this condition. So if a ray parallel to principal axis, so if this AC array parallel to principal axis, what happens here? After refraction through the lens, it passes through focus. So this is a ray which is passing through focus. Okay. And one more rule I have taken here. A ray parallel to optic center. What is the condition there? A ray parallel to optic center, it goes undeviated or it goes straight. So it is going straight in this way. So these two meet at one point. So this intersection point we have to consider. To that you have to draw the perpendicular to your principal axis. Okay. So now well, you are observing it is B dash and A dash. Okay. And where you found this, the image formed is between F2 and 2F2. Now, what is the size here? If you see, this is AB, size of the object. If you see, size of the image is diminished. I hope so. You have understood. And what is this F? Already we have learned in the mirror. Optic center to either the focus, focal point. This is first focal point and second focal point. Na? So that gives you F. And here, what is U? U is nothing but your object distance from optic center to your object. It is U, and from optic center to image it is V. That's what is mentioned in this picture, don't worry. So coming to understand what are the characteristic of image formed at this position. What is the position of the image here beyond 2f1? Position of the image formed is between f1 and 2f1. So nature of the image is real and inverted. Size of the object is smaller than the object. Here the condition is you have to write only diminished. This is the characteristic related to a simple camera lens in which it produces a small, real and inverted image of an object on the film. So a simple camera will have a convex lens in it. The object to be photographed is at a distance of more than twice the focal length of the convex lens here. And the convex lens here forms a real, inverted and a small image, nothing but diminished image of the object on the film. So your third condition, what is that? Is object is at 2f1. So here this is your lens and this is your optic center f1, 2f1, f2, 2f2, c2 and this is c1. So you have to consider an object at 2f1. To draw the image characteristics, we have to remember and apply the rules, whatever we have learnt already. First rule I am taking, what is that? Ray parallel to principal axis. Ray parallel to principal axis, if you see, this is your ray, and after refraction, it passes through focal point. This is your focal point. And one more rule also you have to take, or a ray we have to take. Already I have told two rules are important for drawing ray diagrams for the image formations. So this is a ray which is passing through optic center, and these two, it goes undeviated. Already we know that. So these two meet at one point. So you have to drop a perpendicular from this point to the principal axis. So this will be an image formed at that position, and this is they have named as A dash and B dash because this is image. You have to identify which is object and image, and that is formed at 2f2. So children, you have understood, I hope so. Here, children, coming to the characteristic of this position of the image formation of a convex lens. So position of object here at 2f1, position of the image formed is at 2f2. Nature of the image in this condition, it is real and inverted. Size of the image is same size as that of the object. So here I will tell one example. If lens of focal length 10 centimeter is given to you, 10 centimeter is given to you. Where you will place for 2f position means at 20 you will place. So to obtain an image where you have to search now, it is at 20 centimeter. So you are placing your object on left side of your lens. So you will find your image on the right side from the optic center to that's 20 centimeter. At 20 centimeter again you get the image, and that will be real inverted and same size as the object. So now coming to the fourth position, what is that? Between 2F1 and F1. So if again the same story, lens F1, 2F1, F2, 2F2. Okay, and this is your C2 and this is your C1. So object here, this is uh, BA is your object. So again, what we have to do is here we have to take same rules again. Array parallel to principal axis. So this is your ray. After refraction, it passes through focus. So this is extended up to here. Ma. Now, one more ray you have to take. What is that? A ray parallel passing through optic center. A ray passing through optic center. We know the story, whole story. What is that? It goes undeviated or straight. So this ray and this ray, they try to meet at one point, children. Now come this point, intersection point you mark and you see just drop a perpendicular to the principal axis. So name it as B dash and A dash. So this is your image, children. And where is the position of the image form? That is beyond 2F2. Just keep in this mind. Again, to know the characteristic of image formed in this condition. So position of an object is between 2F1 and F1. Position of the image is beyond 2F2. Nature of the image is real and inverted in this case also. And one more point you have to remember, the size of the image is larger than the object. Here it is magnified, you have to remember. Now the fifth condition is the object is at focus F1 ma. So here if you see this is your lens and F1 optic center to F1 C1 F2 to F2 C2. Now object is placed at F1. This is the AB. Now you here also we have to apply the rules. The same rules we are applying from starting to now. So the first rule is a ray parallel to principal axis. After refraction, it passes through focus. Again, this is like this. And one more ray you have to take is passing through optic center. So it goes undeviated, that is going straight. These two never meet at any point. That means after refraction, they will be parallel. In this case, you have to remember that this convex lens converts the diverging rays of light coming from the object into a parallel beam of light rays which form an image at infinity. To know the characteristics of image formed in this condition, the object is placed at focus, position of image formed is at infinity, nature of the image is real and inverted, and the size of the image is highly enlarged. Let's see, we have come already to the sixth condition, that is uh, object is placed between F1 and optical center. See here, just we are coming near to the lens, children. Remember that. So this is your optic center F1 to F1 or C1, F2 to F2 or C2. This is your lens. And here also you have to take the rules here for completing the ray diagram. So here this is the same rules we are going to take in this condition also. A ray parallel to principal axis. After refraction it passes through focus. A ray passing through optic center, it goes undeviated or straight. So here the broken lines means here we cannot see any image here. Just extend this refracted ray. So that we know when you extend array, we have to use your broken lines. So I am taking this ray and this ray and extended backside. So meeting at one point, this is the meeting point of those extended rays. And name this as A and A dash, and this will be B dash. So now this is your image formed. By seeing what you can understand in this condition. So on which side of the object is placed, on the same side only you are getting the image also. And the size of the image is much larger than the object. Now to know about the characteristics of image formed in this condition also. Position of the object is between F1 and optical center. Position of the image is behind the object. On the same side of the object we have seen nature of the image is when you get an image on the same side of an object, it will be always virtual and erect. Size of the image is magnified. I hope you have remembered I told in ninth standard that real and inverted goes hand in hand, virtual and erect goes hand in hand. You please don't forget those rules, ma. And the size of the image, when you observe the ray diagram, you can understand that it is magnified. So virtual and erect goes hand in hand, real and inverted goes hand in hand. These conditions, please don't forget, children. So whatever the condition I have discussed, this condition is used as a magnifying glass. We can call it as a simple microscope. So if you want to use this convex lens as a magnifying glass, you have to go with a small focal length. Smaller the focal length of a convex lens, greater will be the magnifying power. So you can use this a given convex lens of less focal length, then you can magnify the letters that many times. Suppose I'm giving one example. You are given convex lens, one is 5 centimeter, the other one is 50 centimeter. Which one we will use, children, to get a more magnifying power? Generally, you will tell the answer, it is 5 centimeter, and now only I told that smaller the focal length of a convex, greater will be the magnifying power. Before and all, in the dictionaries and all, small letters used to be there. To see or read those, we used to use a convex lens. Not only dictionary letters, any small letters where you want to magnify the letters, there we will use a convex lens as a magnifying glass. So here the characteristic of image of a convex lens in a tabular form. So whatever the condition for the tabular form is position of object, position of the image, size of the image, nature of the image. So all the six positions I have tabulated, and you have to remember in a shortcut so that you can write any question related to this. So first condition is at infinity. At focus, you'll get highly reduced or highly diminished also, you can tell. Real and inverted beyond 2f1, between f2 and 2f2, diminished, real and inverted at 2f1, at 2f2, equal in size or same in size, you can tell, real and inverted. So between f1 and 2f1, you get image beyond 2f2, enlarged. Magnified also you can tell. So real and inverted is the nature. Next, position of the object is f1. Position of the image is at infinity. Highly reduced. Highly diminished also, no problem. Nature of the image is real and inverted. Next condition, and the last condition is between f1 and c. Beyond f1 on the same side of the object what you have seen. So it is enlarged or highly magnified also, you can tell. And virtual erector, because we are finding the image on the same side of the lens, we can call it as a virtual and erector. So coming to the uses of a convex lens, convex lens is used in spectacles to correct the defect of a vision, that is long sightedness. Next, it is used to make a simple camera, in making of a simple camera, used as a magnifying glass, used in making microscopes, telescopes, and slide projectors. Depending upon the different positions what we have discussed, at each position that is helpful for respective uses. So children, today we have learned convex lens, ray diagrams related to different positions of object and its characteristics formed at different positions of the object placed, and we have find at different positions how the images are formed and its characteristics. Not only that, we have learned the uses also. So with that, today's class I'll complete. Okay, I hope or I expect a good ray diagrams for today's video class and assignment. Okay, bye. See you. Thank you.